Welcome to Creamer Media's Resources Watch, a weekly video roundup of the events and people making and shaping the news in the mining industry. This week, South Africa may turn to the private sector for help with mine water pollution. Petmin mulls a TSX listing for its low-cost pig iron venture, and greater intervention is needed to tackle acid mine drainage. Water and Environmental Affairs Minister Edna Molewa reveals that the South African government is considering turning to the private sector to help it close the prevailing funding gap to implement projects to deal with the serious acid mine drainage problem being experienced across the Witwatersrand basins.
On this World Water Day, we once again dedicate ourselves to putting our heads together and finding solutions to the problem of AMD. And that I mean from community level up to the mining level, private sector, everybody and anybody who has a solution. We are opening up, so let's not keep going back to what did not happen in the past few months. Let's focus on what should we do as a collective.
JSE and AIM-listed steel feed mining company Petmin is targeting the production of the lowest-cost pig iron on the planet at its jointly controlled North Atlantic Iron Corporation iron sands project in Canada's Labrador province.
We're looking at a process which is far cheaper to produce pig iron. We believe that we'll be at the bottom end of the cost curve. And whereas the average pig iron production price out of, say, Brazil is around about $450 to $500 a ton, we believe we're going to be below $300 a ton. We believe we can produce the lowest cost pig iron on the planet.
Ultimately, we think this thing is so scalable that this can be listed by itself. We are now sitting with our partners to see, when we do this. Timing obviously is important, but we think this thing, one plant can make about $100 million pre-tax. So if you put up 2-3 plants, this is really something. This is a game breaker. It's much bigger than Petmin.
The environmental risks and hazards associated with acid mine drainage and radioactivity within South Africa's Witwatersrand goldfields are issues that need to be tackled more seriously, despite current initiatives by governments.
The World Health Organization standard for drinking water is 200 milligrams per litre, and the South African standard for drinking water is 600 milligrams per litre. Neutralized acid mine water will simply be toxic water, unfit for any use. The proposed treatment of the tailings dams, because the tailings dams are significant diffuse sources of acid mine drainage. Many mining companies are currently applying for the remining of these existing tailings dams, which had been placed on dolomite or unlined soil. It was poorly managed. It is poorly monitored. If a mining company therefore remines an existing tailings dam and dispose of the residue after the recovering of gold, uranium and sulfides on a centralized and better engineered tailings dam, it certainly will be the best practicable environmental option.
For mining news as it breaks, stay logged onto miningweekly.com and register for our free daily newsletter.